Hello beautiful people, welcome back to another video. So today I want to talk about things that you can do while you're still in college so that you can be able to maximize your chances of succeeding once you are done with college. I'm not saying that these are going to assure you that 100% you're going to succeed after college, but the tips that I usually give on my videos are just to prepare you so that you are on the better side, so that you don't do some of the mistakes that some of us did while we were still in college. So if you're new here, my name is Lois Odur, and on this channel I talk about nursing. I also do vlogs about days in my life. I also do tips that is for health tips, hair tips, and also just tips about growth, personal growth, and like financial, yeah. So if that is something you're interested in, make sure that you consider subscribing, and let's get into the video. Unemployment is a big problem like all over the world, but mostly in African countries. And you'd ask, like, why is it that most people in African countries are the ones who are facing this unemployment? Some people usually say, is it that we are not skilled enough to work in these areas, or is it that we don't have enough jobs? For me, I usually say the jobs are there. We are so skilled. In fact, we are so skilled, but the problem is we are all depending to be employed by the government. Everyone is fighting to be employed by the government, and people are not working to create employment. Like, let me use the example that I usually use, nursing. Like, we are so flooded in nursing, and everyone is just trying to do the bedside nursing. Everyone is just trying to apply for that hospital job, and yet they only require a few people. Because if you go for a shift, I usually say, if you go for a shift, you only find one nurse or two nurses in a shift serving 40 patients. That means they're not going to hire so many people. So that means you should start thinking of other ways of making money apart from just doing the same thing as everyone else. So for most of the nurses that usually follow on Instagram, you find that most of the ones who are based in African countries, most of them just depend on bedside nursing. But if you see the other ones who are like based abroad, you find that they usually try so many other things, like businesses. They start concierge nursing, they open their own businesses, they start online courses, they start their own companies for home-based care. People are like doing so much. Like, you can even start something like, I saw someone starting a medical equipment supply business. People are doing the most. So if you can be able to indulge into other things, it can be able to serve, so that most of us who just come out of college, you have something to do. But then everyone just wants to be employed, and that is the problem for me. So the first thing you're going to do is learn. Make sure you learn as much as possible. And when I say learn, I'm not saying just go and read your books and focus on your books and be that student who's always reading in the library 24/7. No. When I say learn, I'm saying try and research other things that people are doing out here. Like, nowadays, the internet is so wide. Follow people on Instagram, see what they're doing, that apart from, see what people are doing in other countries, because you find that someone might be doing it in another country, and yet no one has started it in this country. So you can be the one to start as something, like something new, you see. So learn. I know most people usually say, oh, I want to pass my exams and be the best. I don't know, the best manager, the best whatever, but try and learn something new each and every time, something that is related to that course. I should say, certificate is not enough education for you. I know for the society has just made us think that you have to go to primary, secondary, go to college or university, get that certificate, and then you are you become the best version of you. Like, you get the certificate, you get that job, and like, that is a kind of generation that already passed. Nowadays, if you've noticed, people who haven't even like gotten into college or university are the ones who are making much more money than people who have already done degrees and masters and PhDs. Why? Because nowadays the education you get in college is not the most important education. One of the most important education that people are forgetting nowadays is financial education and how to use your brain. Like, nowadays you really have to know how to use your brain to create ideas that are going to work, because nowadays ideas are working more than being employed. You'll be employed, you'll be paid 20,000 Kenyan shillings per month. That is like $200 per month. Yet someone is just seated in their home, they're into their writing business and they're blogging, and they're making 10 times the amount you're making. Why? It's because of thinking. Nowadays, just think. Like, see, the time that you're in college, that time to sit down and learn how to do some of these things. If just find something you're interested in, follow people who are doing the thing you want to do. If you follow them, learn. Like, I really wish I could have learned more, because I'm trying to learn right now and there's a lot of pressure. So if you really have the time in college, learn, so that by the time you're done with college, you really know what else you can do if employment becomes a problem. And then number 2 is find something else you can offer, another skill, like something you're talented in, something you're passionate about. What else can you offer? Like, let it not just be that the only thing you can offer is the certificate of what you studied in college. Like, that is the only thing you can offer on the table. Like, have something else. Let's say a skill, let's say something like music. Let's say you're good at singing, and maybe you can be employed by a certain band. Like, having something else, something extra, is always an added advantage. And at times, even if it comes to employment, like, people usually prefer someone who has something extra to offer. Like, apart from, like, you just don't have to be this kind of a person who just goes to work in the morning, comes back in the evening, sleeps. Tomorrow you go to work, come back in the evening, sleep. Like, that is just your routine. Like, there's nothing else you're doing in your life. You're not interested, you don't have any skill. I'm not saying that it is a must for you to have a talent, but there's always something you're passionate about, something that you can be able to work on in the evening. Like, when you're done with your 9 to 5, when you come back, you can be able to work on something. Like, just have something else. And the only way you can have something else to offer is if you start working on it as early as possible, because some of these skills are learned. Like, it is not a must for you to be born with it. Most of these skills nowadays are learned. You can just learn it from YouTube. That thing that you're interested in, learn it from YouTube. Have a skill. Like, you can nowadays, some of these talents pay more than even your job. So you can have a skill that you usually do. Let's say you're good in writing. So every time after you're done with your work at 5, you go and write a blog, and then you post it, and then you're able to like earn money from this. And there's a time that you'll just then quit your job and then take this as a full-time job. You get me? And then number 3, whichever job you're getting into, first of all, try and look at it in such a way that, can I get a job after doing this course? Like, look around you and see how many people who have done the same course as the one you want to take have a job, like have been able to like gotten a job. Because you might be doing a course only because it sounds nice, and you feel like someone did it, a celebrity did it, and it sounds nice, and you just want to do it. Like, don't do a course for the sake of doing it. First of all, look at the end game. Are you going to find a job? Are you going to be able to do something with it? Like, have a plan. Don't just get into a certain course and just study and blah blah blah. Have a plan. Like, I want to get into this course because I want to start a business that is related to this course. So I'll just start doing the small kind of business when I'm still in college. But then by the time I'm done, I'll be able to expand it because now I'll have the certificates. Like, have a plan. Don't just do it and then after graduation you're sitting and you're like, you don't even know what kind of job people usually do with that course. Like, I usually say, look around you. Me, even if someone asks me, is this course like the better course for me to do, I'm usually look around you. Do you think that this is a course that is worth it? Do you feel it is worth? And then your instincts will always tell you. Like, if it's something that's not going to work, even your instincts will just tell you. So that's something that you should consider, like something that you should really be working on. And then number 4 is the connections you have. And these are the type of friends you start making while you're in college. Like, just look at your friends. Are they the type of people whom you can sit down and talk about starting something? Even if it's not starting together, they can encourage you. You know, at times you should usually get friends whom, even if you want to tell them, I want to start my own supply business or my own carriage business, they'll be like, oh, you cannot even do that. Oh, that is you, ikona wenyewe. Oh, they discourage you. So, like, do you have friends who are able to like encourage you and push you towards achieving that goal? Or even you can be able to join hands together. Friends who can be able, just say friends who can call your name in the middle of a meeting if an opportunity comes up. Do you have those types of friends? Because you're going to need those types of connections. Just make sure you have, even if they won't help you that much, but just have, it's better to have the best type of companionship around you. And that thing is about, you know, like, in Kenya nowadays everything is connections. Like they'll tell you, I've been told once in an interview that it's not just about applying for that job, because most of the time they've already selected people for that job, so they're just doing the interviews for just to show that we are not corrupt, we are just doing the right thing, but they already selected the person who's going to do that job. So how do they do these connections? So because it is just about connections, be ready to prepare yourself to do something, even if it is something different or the same thing. Just be ready to know that it is not easy. People are really getting it a tough way. You have to know someone to get a job. So what if I don't know anyone? Will I just sit at home? No, I'll start something. Starting out, like, I'll just start something for my own. Like, connection is. And then lastly, number 5 is self-belief. Trust in yourself and trust that you can do it. Like, just say, whatever thing I'm starting, I know maybe no one has done it in my community, but I'm going to do it, and I'm trusting myself that I'm going to do it. Like, self-belief is going to take you so far. Start believing in yourself while you're still in college, because by the time you're done, you're going to get all kinds of noise from everywhere. I actually say cancel the noises and just focus on what you want. And the only way you can cancel the noises is if you already have something in you that you already believe in. Like, if you're just from college, you have no idea what you want to do, you're just there to be fed by the community, that means you're going to have a really hard time, because you're just going to focus on listening to what people are saying. Someone tell you, oh, that course, what you can do, you can go and apply, so this, you go. Oh, what you can do this. You're just following what people are saying because you have no idea what you want. But if you already formed an idea of what you want when you're still in college, I haven't said don't listen to what people say. Listen to them, but know how to filter advices and know which one to take in and which one to say, no, I'm not following that. So you can achieve this by starting right from college. Know what you want to do, believe in it, trust in the process, and you're going to see wonders. Like, you're going to really see good fruits coming from that. So yeah, that was it for today, guys. I really hope I helped someone with this video. So thank you for watching this video, and see you on my next one. Bye bye. If you watch this video to the end, make sure that you subscribe and make sure that you watch any of these other videos. Thank you.